Hi, I'm Phil Grobart, and thank you very much for considering my application, and also thank you for putting together this program. Really sounds amazing, so I'm really looking forward, hoping I can participate. And I'll start with my connection to the Yiddish Book Center. For many years, I was a rabbi in Northampton, Massachusetts, so just across the way, and I followed the Yiddish Book Center, became close with Aaron Lansky at the time, and really saw the whole thing really develop from just a warehouse full of books to a major cultural institution. And then my last year in Northampton, I was actually employed by the Yiddish Book Center. I was director of education and programming. And it was a great time to be there, since that was really the beginning of the Great Jewish Books Project. And I was able to actually be in the room with some of the great leading thinkers in Jewish literature, picking the books and discussing which books should be in it. So it's really exciting. And then as I came in, one of my tasks, which never fully got off the ground when I was there, and I regret that, I was only there for a year, was to develop curriculum for schools, for Jewish schools, based on great Jewish books, based on Jewish literature in general. And we had a good committee that was going for a while, and including the superintendent of schools for Toronto, recently retired, and he was on our board, and he was chairman of the committee. And we put together some really good material, which I've used over the years, but it wasn't widely distributed. It's nice to see now that project is moving on. I've been just personally interested, really passionately interested in Jewish literature my whole career. I've always felt that great Jewish stories, great Jewish literature is equivalent to the sacred texts that rabbis generally teach, like the Bible and Talmud and Rashi. I think we have as much to learn from our great modern Jewish writers as we do from the people who created the ancient texts. And by the way, I often make that argument in reverse. I'll say to a modern Jewish literature professor, you have as much to learn also from these old sacred texts. And I feel like the sacred texts in the modern Jewish literature are in dialogue with each other, speak to each other, and we can learn from both. Sometimes they disagree, sometimes they cohere very nicely, but always giving us very, very important ideas about Jewish identity and ethics and navigating our way in the world today. So I feel like I've become a student of both genres of literature, really to my benefit and the benefit to the students I've had over the years. I'm also a writer. I've published 6 books altogether, 4 novels, a collection of short stories, and a collection of essays. That also demonstrates my passion for Jewish storytelling, for modern Jewish literature. I've had an interesting career, mostly as a synagogue rabbi. There was 11 years in Northampton. There was also 14 years in a synagogue in San Diego, and I'm currently the director of Jewish life and education at a large Jewish day school in San Diego. It's really a preschool, a pre-K through 12th grade school. I'm mostly in the upper school and the high school, although I do some work also in the lower school and the preschool. And I teach Jewish literature. I teach all sorts of courses. But we're now developing a course on modern American Jewish literature. It used to be modern American culture, Jewish culture. It used to be Jewish culture and Jewish history in America. So now it's going to be stories, mostly American Jewish literature, though we'll look at the range of Jewish storytelling, including Yiddish stories, and really looking forward to developing that material with a group of colleagues and teaching that in this coming fall. So and I can't wait to get back to the Pioneer Valley. That'll be a lot of fun for me. And again, thank you for doing this program. It sounds wonderful, and look forward to joining all of you. Thanks.